Physical therapist assistants can have a significant impact on the patients they see, not just in actual treatment, but in education as well. If you're interested in becoming a physical therapist assistant, Mid-Michigan Community College's PTA program is ready to assist you in reaching that goal. Through a series of theory courses combined with hands-on and practical sessions, your education here will prepare you for a career in physical therapy. The PTA program has energetic faculty who believe in rigorous and engaging education. You'll be assisted every step of the way by a team of people devoted to the field of physical therapy. The faculty of the program at Mid-Michigan Community College includes physical therapists and physical therapist assistants, so you'll get multiple perspectives from within the field throughout your courses.
The role of the PTA is to improve mobility, decrease pain, improve function, as well as provide education to the patient.
On a daily basis, the physical therapist assistant will follow through with the interventions that have been prescribed in the plan of care that the physical therapist has developed.
PTAs can be employed in a variety of settings. They can be employed in acute care hospitals, outpatient facilities, home health facilities, long-term care and rehabilitation facilities, as well as schools and other specialized clinics, depending on the area you live in and the need of the population.
The physical therapist is the first point of contact with the patient, and after examining and evaluating the patient or client, they will determine a plan of care and set goals for that patient with the patient's input. And then each subsequent visit that the patient or client may make into the clinic, the physical therapist assistant would follow through with providing those interventions in the hopes of meeting those goals.
Students who are interested in the Physical Therapist Assistant program at Mid-Michigan Community College must take the prerequisite courses and submit the Physical Therapist Assistant admissions application.
The prerequisites to the PTA program are medical terminology, orientation to physical therapy, freshman English composition, fundamentals of communication or public speaking, as well as an anatomy and physiology sequence. Students have the option to take Bio 138, which is a one-semester sequence, or Bio 141 and 142, which is a two-semester sequence. All prerequisites need to have a B- in order to be eligible to apply to the program, as well as can only be taken twice. The PTA program is a selective admissions process. Students must turn in an application by March 1st each year. At that time, students must turn in their healthcare work or volunteer experience. Students also must be enrolled in all prerequisites at that time or have taken all prerequisites during that semester. If you're transferring credits from another institution, those credits must be transferred to MMCC by May 30th in order to be qualified for admissions. In order to be a PTA, you must graduate from an CAPTE accredited program, which CAPTE stands for Commission on Accreditation in Physical Therapy Education. Next, you must pass the National Physical Therapy Examination. Then you must apply for a license in the state you wish to work in. And finally, you must work under the supervision of a physical therapist.
The Physical Therapist Assistant program at Mid-Michigan Community College is a very time-intensive course. Students will have to be dedicated and manage their time accordingly.
Students who want to be successful in the program need to investigate what they're getting into before they would apply, as well as set aside enough time.
Students should try to visit at least 2 physical therapy clinics for 2 to 4 hours of observation. Talk with physical therapists and physical therapist assistants about their work. Ask patients about their experiences in physical therapy, and research the physical therapist assistant field to be certain that this is a good career choice.
PTA program classes are scheduled as a cohort. Our classes are typically offered 3 to 4 days a week, and all PTA classes are offered on the Doane campus here in Mount Pleasant.
As participants of the Physical Therapist Assistant program, students are required to enroll in clinicals to earn hands-on experience in the field.
This is a professional experience. I mean, they should consider this their job, and so they need to behave professionally, they need to show up on time, they need to attend. It's their opportunity to practice in a real-world setting while still getting guidance from a physical therapist. And many times in all of the health science programs, they can get hired right out of that. So it's very important for them to act like this is their job. They can get a full-time job out of this.
During the clinical experience, it is important that students perform their duties in a safe, ethical, legal, and professional manner.
Students participate in clinical education, which consists of 720 hours. These hours consist of 4 weeks at the end of the second semester, as well as 2 7-week clinical education experiences during their 4th semester.
Students have very little control over where they will go because we have program expectations that they will get a variety of settings with a variety of patients. We hope that they will gain the ability to manage their time and their documentation time and their patient time in such a way that they can be a highly productive employee.
The PTA program accepts 18 students annually. These students are notified via an email in the middle of June. Upon acceptance, students receive information to complete a criminal background check as well as a drug screen. Students are required to pay for these fees. Students also must attend a mandatory orientation scheduled during the summer.
It wasn't something where you would start normal classes in high school and you do random assignments to gain knowledge. It's more of like really thinking about what it's going to be like when you're in the real world treating patients and how you have to think through every aspect. So it's very fast-paced and there's a lot of stuff that goes on right at once.
They prepped us that it would be a lot of studying. However, I didn't think it'd be that in-depth. And there was a lot of just busy work, and you really need to focus on your studies.
Before the PTA program and when I was in the prereqs, I did pretty good. I didn't have to study a whole lot and I got really good grades, and then when you get into the program, it's a whole other ballgame. You definitely have to study.
It's hard to distinguish between study time and assignments, but probably just total study the content, I would say anywhere from 15 to 18 hours.
I thought that prior to going into the program, I should have job shadowed in a lot more areas because when I was in physical therapy, I was an outpatient, so that's completely different than a skilled nursing facility or an acute care facility in a hospital. So I think that if I would have had more opportunities job shadowing, I would have understood the job a lot more fully and I would have been a lot more prepared. So I think job shadowing before you get in the program is really important.
Job shadow a lot, figure out if this is truly what you want to do, because I've seen people come into the medical field and ended up being an accountant because it just wasn't for them. So really do like personality checks, like what kind of person you really are, if you're, extrovert, introvert, and figure out if this is like what you really truly want to do before you get too deep.
I wanted to become a PTA because I've always wanted to help people, and I played a lot of sports in high school and I never got hurt, but I knew people that hurt their ACLs and I could see how fast they recovered with physical therapy.
I just have a desire to help people. I love all age groups, whether that be infants all the way up to the geriatric population.
I always have loved helping people, and I like to go out of my way and think outside of the box. So a boring, sitting behind the desk job I knew really wasn't for me, and I like having patient interaction, and I thought that this would be a good way to kind of target what I like to do.
I enjoyed the friendships that you make. I mean, you're like a little family towards the end, and it's just a lot of fun.
Getting all sorts of new friends, everyone became so close, and when you first walk in there, it's really scary because there's people of all ages in your program, and it can be really intimidating, but you all get really close, and it's like a family. That's what I like the most.
All the students and the teachers, the community that it turned into here, that was kind of nice. I mean, it wasn't like you're in it on your own. There's a whole group of people that are there and willing to help you.